Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. It's a working weekday. It's cold, it's icy, and all of these people here, we hope it's a testimony to my mum. 53 years ago, January 1973, my mum, she arrived in London on a cold winter's day like this. My brother Umar was 13 months old. She said I would look out of the window from the ground floor flat and I just used to cry that what world have I come to? And then we moved to Balham, and then she met other Muslim people. Then she set up the first dars in Balham, started going to the masjid and built a community, and eventually we moved to Tooting. And I can see here amongst hundreds of students that she taught over the years. I can see these students here and their parents. You know, they say that people say as you get older you need your parents less, but that's not actually true. The older you get, the more you need your parents, because when you get to that phase of life, you imagine that they were also in this phase of life once. Mum had a very hard life. She suffered a lot. She suffered in her childhood. She was separated from her family for the first 18 years of her life. She never spoke about that period. Her parents had to work somewhere else and they left her with other relatives. And then there was the period when I was away. She used to smell my clothes, and she used to she had so much faith and trust and yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I would come back one day. Going to different prisons, to different countries to visit me, standing there with a smile, and she gave me strength just by seeing her. Towards the end of her life, she had a number of health problems, and in the last few months she's diagnosed with cancer in September. And I would ask her when she was in the hospital bed, Mum, have you seen any dreams? I would always ask, have you seen any dreams? Is there any dreams that you see? And she said, I keep seeing my mum. I said, is there anyone you're most looking forward to meeting? She said, I'm most looking forward to meeting my mum. In the weeks before her death, days and weeks, she would see angels coming into the room. She would be like asleep, then she would wake up and her eyes would follow. She would follow, and I would ask her that, what can you see, Mum? And she'd say, I can see angels. Are they worrying you? She said, no, they're not worrying me at all. She said, when you recite Quran, they come, and when you stop reciting, then they go. And in the last few days, they were actually there. She wanted to be there in her own home. She didn't want to go to hospital. She didn't want to go to hospice. She just wanted to be there in her own home. And she suffered a lot in those last few weeks. It was very difficult. But we were there, we were reciting Quran. And you know, she lived in a small house. And she said to me that, she said, I saw a dream a couple of weeks before her death. She said, I saw a dream where there's a building that's being built and the workmen are building it, but the roof hasn't been built yet. And I thought to myself that what a magnificent house that Allah is building for me, whereas in the dunya I had a small house. That same room where she passed, that used to be my and my brother's room, that was the room where, 40 years ago nearly, we started a study circle in that room, where there was like 9 of us, 8 of us, some of these brothers are here in that same bedroom. That's the bedroom that when I came back after 11 years, I made sajda in that bedroom. That was the first place I came, and I put my head on the floor and I gave sajda to thank Allah. And that was the room that she saw the angels. That was the room that she passed in. So when I'm talking, it's not my mum that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a generation of people who came here in the 60s and the 70s, and where there was none of this that we see, when the janazahs would just be handfuls of people. But she represents a generation. You know, I've been through this scene, I've rehearsed this in my mind many times. I knew it was going to happen. As she got sicker, I knew that the time is getting closer and she's going to pass and I'm going to go through it. And I thought that I would be prepared for this, but nothing prepares you for a loss like this. Nothing prepares you for a loss like this. You can think you'll be able to handle it, but you don't know how to handle it. You won't know how to handle it. If there's anyone that mum hurt directly or indirectly, I ask on your behalf her forgiveness. If there's any money that she owed anything to anyone, please come to us and we will fix that. I'm just going to say a few words of dua, and then Maulana Maqsood is going to say a dua after me. And I wanted to thank all of you brothers for being here. Many of you knew my mum, and some of you did not know my mum. And I know there's people here because of me, but she wasn't just my mum. She was a mother of 4. She was a grandmother of many, and she was the teacher and a mentor to even many more. So I'm just going to say a few words. Ya Allah, forgive my mum, have mercy on her. Accept her as a shaheed. She suffered a lot in her life. We saw her body this morning, saw her face, and the smile had got bigger on her face and her skin was soft. And it reminded me of bodies that we saw in other parts of the world, of people who died in the path of Allah. Allah accept her as a shaheed. Let her be with the shuhada of Gaza. Let her be in a happy place. Have mercy upon her. As we leave away from here, let her be firm during the questioning. Let her get those answers right. Oh Allah, you know that in her last days, she just wanted to make salah all the time. And I'll take her hijab off and she'll say, put it back on, I need to pray. And then she would go back to sleep. Then she would wake up and she would make tayammum and she would start to pray again. Then she would go to sleep. So 20 times a day she's praying. She's saying, I haven't prayed, I need to pray. Oh Allah, she memorized Quran. She kept learning Quran, small surahs up until the end, learning tajweed. I've read Surah Fajr, I've learned it. I've read Surah this. She'd get certificates. It would make her so happy. She'd listen to it on her iPad. And she suffered a lot. So, oh Allah, you say in the Quran, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Don't let there be any account in which you write for her of the reward that you will give her. Protect her from the punishment and trials of the grave. Let her be happy now and at peace with her family, with whom she was separated for so long. Let her reckoning be easy on the day of judgment. Let her cross the Sirat, the bridge. Let her enter Jannatul Firdaus without account. And I make a special request to all of her students that were here, that please help us build this school for Mum. Because it was on the night before she died, a few hours before that, then Auntie Nur Jahan, she saw in a dream, she saw that her Mum is there, she's smiling, she's standing, and there's a massive building, and there's 2 doors there, and school children dressed in blue, and little girls in hijab. They're coming in from one door, making dua for her, and they are going out.
The sun is shining on her.
And mashallah, and the sun is shining on mom as well. So oh Allah, accept her from the shuhada. Have mercy upon her, forgive her. Let us be able to do good works that will benefit her. And let her have an easy reckoning of the Day of Judgment, and let her be reunited with all her family, her friends, her students in Jannatul Firdaus.